in South Mobile County are suffering through an outbreak of the flu and strep throat.
There are dozens of patients in our area. One clinic telling NBC 15 News it is the worst outbreak they have seen in decades. Dozens
of kids in South Mobile County have been sent home with the flu-like illness. Those students attend schools in Theodore, Bayou Battery, Irvington, and Tillman's Corner.
NBC 15's Rachel Wilkerson went to a clinic today in Irvington.
Kim and Greg, nurses tell me instead of seeing an average of 20 patients a day, they're seeing 35 to 40 a day with flu-like symptoms.
Probably the worst we've seen in 25, 30 years.
Flu-like illnesses are on the rise throughout South Mobile County. Dozens are testing positive for the flu at Mosteller Medical Clinic daily.
We have been seeing a few other viruses besides the flu, but predominantly flu type A is what we've been seeing. We've seen 64 cases just this week at our clinic. I think we've seen 16 cases of strep just this week at our clinic.
Chief Executive Officer James Hollard says it's so bad the diseases are causing a shortage of flu swabs.
Labs are backed up. We've had to bring in extra emergency supplies of flu swabs. We've just run out. There's been so many.
The purple top ones are the ones that we've ran flus on today.
And they're expecting those numbers to rise.
It just seems to be spreading much more rapidly this year. We've had a few people who have gotten the flu even though they had the flu vaccine.
A concerned parent at Hankins Middle emailed NBC 15 concerned about all the illnesses at her child's school. Mosteller tells us flu and strep are spreading through the South Mobile County school feeder pattern.
I think we've reached that. I mean, when you see these kinds of numbers in a short period of time, including the strep and the flu, then absolutely that's a consideration. Time to close.
Doctors say you should keep your child out of school a full week after they've had a fever to protect their classmates.
You don't want your kids at school sick. And you don't, because if they go to school sick, you're getting other kids sick. And it just passes back and forth.
The Mobile County School District says so far about 90% of the kids are still coming to class throughout the county. Reporting in Irvington, Rachel Wilkerson, NBC 15 News.
We still have not hit the peak of the flu season, and the virus is killing children across the country. Cases are rising. However, the Mobile County Health Department says the county still has not, basically has the lowest number of cases in the state.
We like to think of as people in Mobile were smart enough to go ahead and get their flu shots.
Being exposed to so many different people that may or may not have been vaccinated.
The health department's urgent care gives as many as 75 flu shots a week. It's open until 9:30 every night. Nurses say you still have time to get vaccinated.
Classes at Clark Preparatory School in Clark County are expected to resume next week after they closed for flu-like illnesses. School officials there say the decision was made to close after 70 students came down with symptoms. Healthcare officials are encouraging anyone with flu-like symptoms to get a flu shot and stay away from others until you are better.
Flu-like illness also forcing Chickasaw Learning Center to close its doors last week. Dozens of kids went home sick from school with a fever. The school was closed for 2 days as teachers worked to disinfect their classrooms, making sure all the learning material was sterilized.
In the last 2 weeks, multiple school districts across the state closed their doors for flu-like illnesses. In Blount County, 4 schools closed their doors to prevent it from spreading. School districts in Albertville, Boaz, Gunnersville, and Langston also closed their doors last week for the same situation.
If you'd like to see all of our coverage on the flu, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also visit mynbc15.com. We have all the stories and tips on how you can stop the flu before it starts.